Hello, YouTube world. I just got out of my class. Like I said, I only have a couple weeks left, and that's just like so awesome. But this episode, I wanted to talk about my chronic pain. So, I was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome in 2008, I believe. Um, and it is a genetic tissue disorder. And in my little description, I'll write out what it is, so you can look it up because as much as I want to go on and on about it, I'm afraid I'll get something wrong. But what I can do is speak to my experience of it. So I have hypermobility type, and what that means is that for me, I dislocate my joints very easily, and among other things. I've dislocated both my knees, I've broken my foot, and I've dislocated my elbow, all before the age of 18 or 17 even. And because of that, I'm more prone to it and have to be really careful. Part of my EDS, which is what Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, that, to shorten it because it's an annoying name, is that I'm in pain all the time. So the collagen in our bodies is kind of what holds our ligaments, our joints, our muscles together. It's like a glue, and my glue does not work, right? So my body works so hard every day to do anything, and it puts me in extreme pain all the time. Like, I tell people that at any one moment I can list probably 5 parts of my body that are hurting. Today, it's my calves, my ankles, my heel, weird, my shoulders and neck, my lower back, my wrists hurt a little bit, but not too bad, and my hips hurt because I'm sitting too long. I can't sit or stand too long. Um, because of this, I was actually able to get a disability placard when I did drive. Now that I'm in New York, I don't, so I don't use it. But it's been a struggle. It really has, because I don't look sick, and yet inside I feel like death, and my body's fighting me every step of the way. It's hard because life is hard enough and you have enough things working against you. You don't need your body fighting you too. And it's gotten so bad. Like in my undergrad, I went to the Disability Resource Center because of it, because it can keep me from sleeping, and because I'll be in so much pain. Um, and so then I would miss class. Or sometimes I have to pause my classes online because I need to get up and walk because I'm just in so much pain. Other symptoms are I bruise really easily and I heal really slowly. This cut on my arm is probably a couple weeks old and it's still healing. And in reference, that is a self-mutilated scar, like I talked about in my last video. Another example is I had a polynomial cyst on my tailbone in December, and I had surgery to remove it, and it takes like a month or two to heal, and I'm still healing. And so that's a pain. um, because my muscles don't work probably, and my collagen, I mean, and I'm in pain all the time, my body's super tense. So everything is just so tight all the time. It hurts. And for those who are seeing this who know the mental health profession, you know that depression and chronic pain and chronic illness are linked. And I think that's something that's been the case for me. Um, but I know that my depression is far worse than just my chronic illness. But I would be lying if I say it didn't play like a major role. So this is something that most people know about me. I'm very open in talking about it because it's important to know, and it's a huge part of my life, and I support it. My little icon for my YouTube is about zebras, which is our invisible illness mascot, because when you go to a doctor, they tell you think horses, not zebras, because even though they sound the same and can present the same symptoms, especially with your eyes closed, doesn't mean they are the same. An invisible illness is a zebra. It's not like anything else. For those who are too lazy to look up what EDS is, it's kind of like fibromyalgia, if you've heard of that. Um, if anyone has any questions on EDS and my way of handling it, please feel free to reach out, um, because you shouldn't have to suffer alone, and it is really hard. Um, and it's caused a lot of pain just besides physical pain in my life. Um, I started demonstrating signs of it as early as before I was 5, because I had problems with my hips, but the doctors wouldn't really tell my parents what that meant, but we think it's linked today. And always spraining my ankles, and it's one of those things that you can look back and you're like, okay, I see that I'm connecting the dots. There's no cure for EDS. It is something I'm going to live with for the rest of my life. And that sucks. There are physical therapy treatments, but it's just about managing pain. The one that I found that worked the best is needle point trigger therapy, and it's a little invasive. So imagine an acupuncture needle, but they're about this long. But make it about this long, and then you take it and you tap it into your skin. And that first tap is like what acupuncture is. But if you tap it again, which is why the needle's longer, it goes into your muscle. Now imagine taking that needle that's in your muscle and weaving it in and out, or twisting it sometimes, and to release that tension. Man, it is the most fucking painful thing ever. But it worked. So if you see me and I have this look of pain on my face, just know that it might not be a good day for pain. I want everyone to look up this thing called the spoon theory. It accurately describes what it's like to live with chronic pain, and it is amazing, and they've talked about it all over, and I wish I remember the woman's name who did it, but she is incredible, and it's amazing. So again, Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, the spoon theory, and those two things will make you understand the type of person I am. So as I close this video, I want to thank everyone again for supporting me, and I swear every time I check my channel I have more and more views and subscriptions, and I'm shocked. I didn't think people would care, and I told my class about it today and they wanted to know about it. And so please keep watching and subscribing and sharing, because I know other people can benefit from this, because it's greatly helping me. So as always, be kind, and I love you, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thanks. Bye, guys.